Hey, welcome back to Parrot Side podcast. Myself, Skills, 60's not in the building today, but we have a man like Bro,
Yeah, it's good to be back once again.
baddest guy in his life, Kamal.
Hey yo, what it do?
We have a special guest in the building, Wumi. Say what's up to the people.
Hi.
So I know Wumi back from secondary school. We went to Avicenna, which is actually the best school in Lagos, by the way.
Oh no,
Guys,
we're doing
please,
this
please,
again, bro. We're
please,
actually
not
doing
again,
this
I beg. We brought you the numbers. You will not
Wait,
even
no,
talk
no,
to
no, no, you didn't
25.
bring any. Wait. Actually, because Wumi went to two. Actually, you went to one school before you went to Avicenna. You went to VF. So, in your
Yeah.
experience, Wumi, what's the best school in Lagos? Just let.
Like, you can't do this.
Wait,
Exactly. You can't do this, fam.
wait. What was the best school in Lagos? Let the people know. It was Avicenna. What like? So,
Oh,
See, you
God.
can see that she's laughing. So she even knows. She
I
knows
don't know why
that.
she's laughing.
I've
She
seen her.
knows. Wumi moves different though. So like, she wasn't that type that she would study. Any school she went to is easy for her. You get me? So
Ah.
no, it's facts. When Mars were really like studying for IGCSE, Wumi was out there reading novels. So obviously this school doesn't matter, but Avicenna is the best though. Let's just put it out there. Either ways though.
I'm not even having this argument with you again, man.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Please, let's move on. Let's move on to more important matters, please.
Alright, cool. So the agenda of the day. We're going to hang out as usual. We'll talk about experiences as an international student. So we've all kind of been in that situation, I guess, been to all these foreign schools. We'll start from there. Wumi, why don't you give us your thoughts? How has it been when you were in school, anyways, in uni? Being an international student in terms of like dating, educational experiences, and certain things like that.
Bro, you gotta narrow that a bit, man.
Now let her go off, then we'll start narrowing it down.
All right.
So I think like a major theme I've been thinking about, because this whole thing, these are things I've had to think about a lot lately. And the major theme for me is just it's sort of like isolation. I think something that like most people who come from like the backgrounds we do complain about when they move sort of to the Western world is always the loneliness. Even when there's lots of people around you, because I think in like whatever sense the relationship, whether it's a friendship or like a romantic relationship, and even just like the everyday like relationships, I feel like the depth of connection is never really as much as with someone from home, someone that I share a similar background with. So it's I feel like it's quite isolating to be away from Nigeria.
Okay.
Where are you now, by the way?
I'm in the
Or where did you
UK.
study rather? UK.
So,
Which part?
yeah.
Which part of the UK?
So I was in Wales first, and then
Oh,
uni
right.
in Birmingham. Um, and now I'm working up north. Um, and I feel like some of this is more pronounced, I think, because of where I am. But a big part of it is also things that I've seen in like all those places I've been. So, and it's not just me as well. I don't know if you guys have similar experiences, or maybe like mine is so different from yours. Um, but like some of my friends who I have these conversations with as well also say they feel the same way. But I
So
mean,
is it sorry, this cut you off. Is it like more a feeling of isolation because they're not Nigerians? Is it like a Nigerian thing, like a black person thing?
I feel like, well, both. And this is not like a universal thing, by the way. This is not to say that there are not like people who are different. Like you can't connect to other people, or
Uh-huh.
it's not about that. I think I'm more saying where you are in a position where the majority of people around you are people who think that you are different to them and treat you differently because of that perception they have, that has an influence,
Mm, okay.
yeah, on how, I guess, on the relationships you're able to form even. Because sometimes with some people you don't even get it. Like there's been people that I have like been alongside for years, and like it will never go past small talk. Do you know what I mean? Like it's always
Like you
That's
just
perfectly
can't
classic.
really
polite.
connect.
That's
Yeah,
classic.
it's perfectly
That's
polite.
wild, by the way.
There's nothing wrong, but like it just, it will just never go past that. Um, and also I just feel like our social systems and our cultural systems, in Nigeria, being the background that I know, anyway, is just so much more richer. Like I feel like the lives here tend to be so isolated. They tend to live sort of like in these bubbles, and many of them, their like major interactions won't go past like their family members and maybe like one or two friends. um Whereas at home I have like 7 8 uncles and aunties, and like it's like chaos. Like there's a reason like our weddings are like thou- up to like 1,000
We
people.
are bare people
um
short. Yeah, facts, facts.
yeah, like we are more social, we are more socially inclined type of people. And I find that difference in culture um
Mm.
quite difficult to adjust to sometimes.
Would you describe yourself as a social person?
Yeah. I think
Interesting.
yes, and I think that's also an interesting thing, because I feel like I was very shy growing up.
Oh,
um so I think I've had to let go of that because of my job.
right.
um but yeah, and I think it's also one of those things that you sort of don't realize you are or you have till you're missing it. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't till I came here that I actually realized that, like, yo, I fucking love sunshine. Like if you like
Sunshine.
like so like no, like for real. It's like, oh,
Bro,
I
the
love
UK
Sun.
it.
is very, very gloomy,
But
bro.
like, yo, the rain here
Like,
is so depressing. It really,
yeah,
really is.
Is
it
that what's
really
getting
is.
you guys over the weather?
The weather is shit. Like,
The
honestly,
weather's
like, it's
awful.
terrible. And she's up north as well, so it's even worse. Like,
Yeah.
She
like
said she loves sunshine.
didn't they? Like, I
No,
went to
okay,
Wales. I went to Wales once. Honestly, like on the when I was in the car on the road, I did not see a single black person. I was like,
yo,
where am I? Like,
yo.
it was staggering to me. There was not a single black person. We were just passing a bunch of white people, and I was
For
like, wow,
real.
there's no way I can live here. So you even, I don't know how you did it. Like, I guess Swansea, I know a couple people that went to Swansea though, and Nigerian. So I would think there's like a mini Nigerian community over there, but I'm not sure like which part of Wales you are.
Yeah, I think during my A levels, actually, I didn't feel it that much. And
Mm.
I think this is also for me another example of what I've learned of how, like, even when you're going through really difficult things, if you have like the right people around you, you don't feel it. So, like,
Yeah.
those 2 years were actually like one of like the best, like happiest years of my life. Like, I made amazing friends, and it was just like these group of friends that just like these people who just happened to be in the same place at the same time, and we
Mm.
all just like as a group got along so well, and we were so like we were so diverse, and at the time we weren't even like thinking about it. It was just like, yo, like this is my guy, like it's just, like, and we're from like all over the world. And like I feel like now, seeing what I've come to experience of like the general public, it was really good that I actually got to see that like people were like, you're interacting, and even just like as children do, because I feel like so many of these like biases I actually learned, like there's actually so much space for people who are very different to still
Mm.
have common ground and still form like very deep and meaningful friendships and connections.
Mm.
So I was so happy, and it was like such a stressful time because those 2 years, like my entire focus was just getting into medical school. But like despite that, that was one of like the happiest moments of my life.
So most of your friends in that era, you're kind of saying like they were not just Nigerians though, but they were like
No, but they were
international.
from all over the world because it was an international school.
Yeah.
So it was just such a mix.
But I
And
feel
another,
like internationals can bond easily. I could be wrong, but that's just what I feel like. You bond
Everybody has
easier,
different experiences. Though.
yeah, than the locals because like internationals, you guys have that same shared experience of okay, you left home and blah blah
yeah,
blah, different, yeah.
yeah.
You know, like I think even if I look at my own experience, my friends right now that I made at uni, I don't think, and I could be wrong, but I can only think of one person that was like a straight white guy, like a normal British white guy. Every other
Mm,
person that I was friends with had like an international element to them, whether depending on either half British, half something else, or they're just straight up
facts.
international.
Yeah.
It's weird, but in a way, then again, I'm not a social person, so I can't really say I made the effort to be friends with the local British people.
Mm.
But actually, it's a bit hard. I agree with that. It's a bit harder to relate to the normal British person than it is an international person. Although I also didn't have as much difficulty making friends with people that weren't Nigerians. The Nigerians
Yeah,
naturally,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
like you have a natural you get drawn to Nigerians naturally. So I think that's given. But the other international students I also found to be very calm and welcoming. So that's my own experience though. But like I said, everybody has different experiences.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, I don't know, it's mostly similar for most people because, like, even same, like, obviously, you get drawn to Nigerians. They were like two Nigerians, including, or two, then me, so three total Nigerians in my area for like years. And obviously,
Yeah.
we're all close. So the downside to that is like, okay, like, then there's a rep. So when one Nigerian fucks up, it's like, oh, these fucking Nigerians. Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's that aspect. But like other than that, outside of them, most of my friends were like Malaysia, China. Like there was one friend I had from Singapore. I swear half the time I don't even know what she's saying. You know, because they have this extra
What do you
thick
mean?
accent. Like their
This guy.
accent is guy. I'm sorry, guy. What? Singaporeans.
It's not that big, man.
Guy, Singaporeans, guy. Nah, guy. I was like, yo,
Which
but we
which
were
ones did
cool.
you meet, bro? Like the ones I know, actually the accents aren't that bad. Like it's not hard to understand.
Guy is hard, guy. You know how they have this like they speak English, but they call it Singlish, like they add their own Singaporean twist. Guy, I haven't got a clue what they're on about. I'm like, cool. But I can get the vibe. And that's just the thing, even despite that, I mean, food and just that vibe of like being outside of home or being able to connect with other people, like that's what it is. In addition to that, that's like friendship talk now. What
Mm.
about like educational experience, like going through school? How did you relate to your professors? If you had that one black kid in class, did they not make it extra difficult or certain things like that? Wumi, what do you think?
Um, I mean,
Hmm.
oh, I think the school I went to was very good.
Yeah.
Uh, so I actually educationally as well was very, very happy with my teachers in sixth form.
How about
Uh,
when you went to medical
uni,
school? Yeah.
no, I don't. I think Birmingham. I was also fortunate in that Birmingham was like very multicultural.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
So I guess everybody was fair to use basically. Because like out here in Arizona, man, like yo, first of all, everybody's racist. So like
Really
professors,
like
yeah, that
the
one,
teachers as well.
yeah, the professor. Of course, I mean, if you're racist as a child, I mean, I don't imagine you're not a professor. So yeah, I mean, like,
Nah, but
so even the
you have
professors.
like a rep to maintain now. You can't just be moving anyhow.
Nah, but that's the thing though. In a place like this, like a PWI, where like everybody's white, like it's one of those ones where
Hmm.
like even if you're slightly racist, no, you can't get away with this because everybody else is racist. So it's like, yeah, no, it's cool.
You
Yeah, no,
graduated,
so
Abby.
yeah, I did. I'm just saying,
Okay.
like I did, but like it wasn't like easy. Like
Yeah.
there was certain times when I was like, damn, this motherfucker is racist, and like there was just nothing I could do. Yeah, like Rose is
Wait,
in
but the,
Scotland. Are there many people in Scotland? Many black people in Scotland? I don't even know. Like outside of the internationals that go there to study.
Well, occasionally you see black person once in
Occasionally.
a while. So like,
That's
yeah,
occasionally.
quite occasionally because there are not so many, but like, let's say on a good day you go out maybe to like the city center, at least you should see a fair number of them. But like, aside from that, like, hardly, man, hardly. Like even in my workplace, aside from one other girl that works a different shift, I think we're the only two black people that work there. Like for night shifts, we're the only two black people. Every other person is white.
Well, I
So
feel
most
like
of
you
your
guys are
friends
still.
are what?
Well, I stay
Yeah, most
on
of your friends
campus,
black.
so most of my friends are Nigerian.
So
Okay, so you
surround
have
yourself
like a
with
decent
Nigerians.
number of Nigerians.
Yeah, there are decent
Okay.
number of Nigerians here on
So, you know,
campus.
you guys are still putting up good numbers, man. Like for me, guy, there are just no black people here. There are just no here. Like it's one of them ones where like there was a time where so north of where I live, there's another small town called Flagstaff. So we went there one time, met two black people. So at the time, a couple years ago, I actually knew all the black people in northern Arizona. Like I knew all of them.
That's crazy.
I swear, like
What?
it's just it's actually not great. It's not great. It's not great.
That's
But you know,
actually.
we prevailed. It's all good. Man got the diploma. So I
Hey.
can't complain.
That's crazy.
So what about in terms of like dating? How does that come in then? Because if there's that isolation aspect, making friends maybe might be a bit hard. I know with all these other internationals, like their cultures, maybe their parents are like,
Mm.
don't date niggas. Because let's be honest, like black people,
There's many of them,
they don't like
honestly.
us. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
many.
Yeah, I didn't
so
hold back. He went
yeah,
straight up.
they
He said,
don't
"Don't date
date
niggas."
niggas.
Like,
What do you think? What was like the dating aspect like?
Um, it's
Go on, go on. Why are you laughing? Go on. Feel free. Feel free.
where to start from? It's
Okay, let's
I
start from here. Let me guide you. Let me guide you. So normally, how do you go about your dating? Do you wait
Go
for
off,
guys to
go
kind
off,
of like
skills, go off.
wait, now how do you go on about your dating? Do like guys come chat to you normally, but then
well, I unfortunately and sadly haven't been paying much attention to my dating life for
okay.
for now. But I feel like I definitely noticed that the attention I receive when I'm here is different. I don't know. I want to say it's different. Yes and no. In some
Mm-hmm.
ways it's still the same, because in some ways guys are still just guys. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are one or two guys that maybe will be a bit extra. Um,
Wait, what do you mean by extra?
Extra, yeah, extra in
ex-
terms of how
extra because of whatever idea they have about you because of your race. If we're
because you're
looking,
black. Okay, I
yeah,
got you. Got
Okay.
you. Got
if we're looking at it from the perspective of that, but then
you.
I
Yeah.
also think like also dating as a girl in Nigeria also has its own things as well, you know. So it's there's I don't know. All of them have their wahala basically.
Because you know how like normally like a lot of girls like they have like a bunch of guys always coming up to them. So like they keep
Mm.
some as backup dancers. They keep some at the
Right.
back as they friend zone some of them. I mean, so basically they just have a wide selection. So
uh-huh.
how is that from your aspect? Is there still always a wide selection as far as like, or are these white people just mostly always going for other white people, and
Oh
then they
yeah,
only come to
definitely. Oh no, that definitely. I feel like your dating pool as a black girl in this country anyway,
Mhm,
is I think it's quite limited because like the white guys aren't checking for you.
mhm.
The other like minorities are only looking at themselves. And some of the black guys are unavailable or
What do you mean by unavailable?
Or niggas
Unavailable.
are just being niggas.
Nah, I actually want to know what because I was in Birmingham for at least a year, so at least I know kind of what that scene is like. But I was in the UK for 6 years, so I'm curious to like hear what she has to say on this.
but the thing is as well is you guys also need to understand that I am really really not the best person to ask for like the past how many
Okay.
life That's really not been my priority, very sadly. So I I
Med
don't
school
know.
does that to you.
Yeah, it really does. It takes so much from you, honestly.
Facts.
This nigga shouting facts.
Yes,
Please, I
facts,
beg,
guy.
I
Dating
beg,
is extra
I
stress,
beg,
guy. Hey, I'm
I
just saying,
beg.
let me but you have to agree on that one though. Dating is extra stress, guys. Extra stress. Literally,
Like,
actually, sorry, come on. What were we talking
you know,
about yesterday? How about the club scene? And
oh
like,
yeah.
if you have a girl, and then will she allow you or not allow you to go to club and vice versa? That already by itself sounds like stress, because it sounds like now I have to ask for permission to go to club with the man them. I mean, like,
It's
yeah.
not
Nah, that's not even the same
Wait,
thing,
wait,
guy.
Wumi,
That's
what do
not
you want
even
to
the
say?
same thing. There's
I think
obviously in your relationship, you have to set boundaries. You can't just
like
be
Exactly.
moving
You
mad.
can't just do anyhow. Like my
you then
guy.
be
This
a-
skills guy.
if the situation was reversed, would you be okay with this? That's
How
No,
is
just
that?
yeah, no,
Allow
no,
the
no, no,
guy.
no. Wait. Okay, would that be okay? Wait. How going to club?
Uh-huh.
no, not her going, just her like just going whenever and you not
And
knowing.
whenever, anyhow, without you there.
Yeah,
See, listen,
yeah.
listen.
The guy is already about to start waffling. I can already tell.
I don't
I can
even
already tell.
Wait,
honestly.
you know what? No, the situation was permission with no permission. Now, if I'm dating somebody that I know that
It's
like
just
that,
that what's all this story? Like
no,
just
no,
let
let me answer the question, Wumi. Can you let me
Answer.
finish? If I'm dating somebody and I know they're a club regular, that's different. Yeah, I mean, then that's a whole different thing. But I would prefer to date somebody that is not a club regular, so that
Right,
wouldn't have an issue.
okay.
And that's my answer to the question. Take it or
That's
leave
not
it.
no. That's not an answer to it. That's not even the question.
Answer to the
no.
question.
So what you are saying is that you are genuinely saying with your own mouth that your babe, like you don't even want to like be thinking about that. Like you should be able to just go to the club whenever you want. But you are also able to simultaneously say that you don't want a babe that goes out like that. How?
Yo,
See,
Wumi, don't come at
that's
me
the
with
thing.
your things.
When skill says that dating is stress, he just doesn't want responsibilities. That's
Yeah.
that.
Yes,
This guy, he
you
wants to
also
live
want the fun side
unhinged.
though.
Hey, Wumi, you're my guest. Why you coming at me, fam?
Nigga, she ain't here to take sides. She has to speak facts.
Oh god.
Listen.
No, it's
Here's
just
what
that
it
you
is.
can. This can be your hot girl summer. You can be a savage. It's just that like don't hide. Say it with your chest.
No,
That's what
ain't
you're.
nobody hiding. Ain't nobody hiding. I'm just saying, like that whole aspect of being in a relationship, man, like that whole I just don't like that feeling of being policed. Like, when people put boundaries. Like, see, I can be it's kind of why COVID messed with me, right? Like I like staying indoors. But now you say I have to stay indoors. I'm like, nah, fuck you, bro. Like,
That's actually true, to be honest. I felt the same way.
exactly. So that's what that is. So relationship is fine, but don't try and police the thing. Just
Yeah,
let
why
my
is it
See,
policing? Why
guy,
is it
do you know the
policing?
thing? No, that's the issue. Like he's just viewing it as policing. Like there's nothing wrong in establishing boundaries in your relationship. Oh yeah, now it's the same way. Definitely, you have certain things that you don't want your babe to be doing now.
but
Let's say, oh,
those are obvious things though. Like, don't cheat. Duh. I
No,
mean,
but isn't
like,
that's a
guy,
What's
boundary.
not
nah,
obvious?
nah.
Why you
that's not
yeah.
It's not
really.
obvious.
Why
Call
you
your baby
put
that
why
they are
can't
going
she
to
do
the
what she
club.
wants?
Why do you feel like that's not obvious?
But don't cheat is not obvious. I mean, let's at least have hope for humanity. What's it?
Nah, this guy.
Hmm.
You have a long way to go, my guy.
I don't have
You
anywhere to go, fam. So my mentality is different. If you guys are not coming along with me, that's fine. I
No,
nah,
no
mean,
one
man. At
coming
age
along with you,
43,
man.
you still be in the game.
yeah.
Yeah, talking to us about streets are cold.
Hey, man, allow that, man. You see, okay, yeah. So, like I've said, yeah, some things are obviously you don't need to say it. Like I don't need to say don't cheat. I don't need to say don't do stupid things and shit like that. I would assume, at least in the good world, I wouldn't have to say stuff like that. So those boundaries, yeah, you can set boundaries, but I mean, there are levels. There are
Uh-huh.
levels.
So you don't
You
see
see,
club.
who me?
Wait, skills. Aren't
What's
you the
up?
one or is it Rose? I don't even know which one of you said this. But one of you said that niggas go to clubs like 85% of them just to get girls. Was it you?
Yeah.
Or was you, Abby? Okay. So if you're in a scene where you're saying 85% of the people there, You're just looking for girls or someone to sleep with. Why do you think it's not important for your girl to know that you're gonna be in that kind of scene?
Because she would know me and she would know that I'm not on that. I'm just going to hang with the
Oh,
brethren.
you're a good guy, Abby. You're a good guy.
I am a good yes.
You're
So
a
why
good guy.
does principle apply to her? It's not sir, that's my quarrel with you.
No. I'm not stopping her from going to club. She can go because I would know her. Like, no, we'll be cool. Like, I
Okay,
know
Yeah.
she's
fine.
not going to be on fuckery. Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
it's not sending you pics every night of your girl
See,
in club.
he's the biggest deceiver of himself. A very big deceiver. of
It's
himself.
how.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, a
but
big deceiver. Of
no. So,
himself.
so
Let's
if
not
that
lie.
was wait, that's no, that's cap. If that was the misunderstanding on Wumi's side, that I would not. No, I would. She can go freely. I'm not here to. Nobody can police me. I don't want to police anyone. Like, if she wants to go club, babes, go have your fun with your brethren. Yeah, but if
So
if
where's
Ane
the line
gets
though?
where's the
It's not
line?
Can she go strip club?
Wait, come on, wait.
You see
Me, you had a
what we're talking
question.
about.
Please go
Guys,
ahead.
see, that's the
my
problem.
question. I hope this one is not just that you say it now and then later you'll be getting your feelings.
Nah. Like,
uh,
no, this is for real. Like, for facts.
For real.
Yeah, for
Okay.
facts. That's just how I am. Because I'm like a carefree kind of guy. So it's like, no, you do your thing. You do your thing. Because there still has to be independence on both sides, even though it's a relationship. So
And
go out. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, bro,
Yeah,
we're not
see,
disagreeing. We're not disagreeing that
like
there's some sort of independence, but yeah, where's the line? That's what I said. Okay, can
exactly.
she go
Where's
strip
the
club?
line?
What do you mean the line? There's a
Can she go
line of
strip club
what?
without telling you? Can she go strip club?
Can she go strip club with that? What's she doing there? She's going to have fun with her brethren. Go have fun.
Uh-huh. So she doesn't have to tell you.
What when you say strip club? What do you mean? Like a normal strip club?
Like a male strip club now.
Like a male strip club? Or like Dick's flying
yeah.
on everything? I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
no.
I don't know. I don't want, man.
Can you go strip club? Can you go?
But I wouldn't go anyways. Like,
But
that's not me.
can you
Can I go? I
yeah,
don't know.
without
See,
telling
that
her?
that one might make her uncomfortable, so I probably wouldn't go.
But why do you think you going clubbing every night wouldn't make her uncomfortable?
But I wouldn't go clubbing every night, though. That's what I'm
But
saying.
if you did.
But I wouldn't. That's not a realistic
Guys,
scenario.
the question is if you did. It's a hypothetical question. Just answer.
You were perfectly fine
No,
saying
if
you wouldn't go
if
strip club, but you
anyone
still
does in
answer.
a relationship, if one person goes clubbing every night in any relationship, that will obviously make the other person upset, regardless. Yeah. So I'm not disputing that. I wouldn't go every week. I'm just saying, like, if I go like once every 3 months, like I want to go and hang with the man them, I don't think I should have to take permission. Like, nobody should police me. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, y'all trying
What's
to
wrong
come
with
at me like,
what's wrong with just telling her like you're going clubbing with your boys? Like, because I
no,
feel like
telling her is one thing, taking permission is another thing.
what do you classify as permission? Like, would she say no? I should lock you up and put you in your
You
room and
know,
say,
so it's like, oh, babes, I'm going club with the bros, or
uh-huh.
I'm going to the or versus I'm going to the club with my guys. Can I go? Am I allowed to go? Like, I don't know how
Are
people
you
ask this.
allowed to go? Are you cool with that?
Like,
Like,
I don't know these
why are
fucking
you
things.
creating things funny? You're a guy. Like, why
No, that's the impression you're creating, though.
No, that's not the impression we're creating. The
What's
impression
this?
we're creating is the importance of setting boundaries in your relationship so that you don't
I
just
agree.
move anyhow, guy. Because, like, what you're just saying, there's nothing wrong with say, oh, babes, I want to go to the club. Is that fine? Like,
Is that fine?
obviously, is that fine? See, guy, there's
Nah.
no big deal. The fact that you're asking, you know that okay, this is a very, very touchy situation. And if she's fine with it, then all right, no problem. It's the same way she might want to do certain stuff and she just feel like, oh, let me run it with skills first. Like that's just being
So is
respectful
that
to
how
your
you would do
partner.
it?
It's
Oh,
not a matter of policing.
wait,
Wait, did
Rose.
she say something?
Yeah, I thought she said something.
Yeah, I said it's not that deep. Like
Yeah,
literally.
exactly. It's not that deep.
Wait, Skills, have you been in this situation before? Like, where your girl wanted to go clubbing or like partying or something?
No, there have been situations where I was like, okay, I'm going to go out with the man them. And then she was like, she wasn't cool. She wasn't happy with that
Uh-huh.
based on,
And
I
then
should
what
be
happened?
spending time with her. But I'm like, there are 7 days in a week and I've spent 6 out of 7 with you. So I don't really know why you want my kidney. Yeah, I mean,
Wait, so
like,
you told her before that you were going to go before you went.
yeah.
So what are you arguing about?
No, I said I told her. I didn't ask. So that's the
So
difference.
when she wants to do something similar, what happens?
Yeah, she can tell. Yeah, so no, so if it's one thing where I'm asking where are you, and then I don't know, that's different. So she should at least run it by me, so I know where she is. I'm not saying she has to ask me for permission. Remember, there's a difference between telling and asking.
So basically, if you were to go clubbing, then you would tell her before you went.
I would run it by her. I mean, if it came up, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what we're saying though. Like, I don't get what the problem is.
There's no problem. I'm just saying, policing and taking permission is like is what is different. That's what I'm saying. Well, hey,
So
it's
wait,
all good. Hey, why y'all even on my ass, boy? Like, yo.
this nigga is trying to be a contrarian for the sake of it. And I feel like that's what's happening here.
Nah. I'm scared.
See, guy, for the sake of humanity, like you always say, skills, I feel the best thing is just be single, man. Become a monk or something, guy.
That's the best thing for
Go on
humanity.
some special spiritual journey. Yeah, that's the best thing you can do for humanity at this point, guy. Because
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy violating, bro.
Nah, he's on smoke.
no, I'm just stating facts because, guy, like the way you set yourself up, like.
I'm just saying, no. But there seems to be this societal norm of how a relationship has to be. And I'm like, but everybody is different. So why do I necessarily have to conform?
Everybody's different, but everybody sets boundaries.
And I agree with you. I agree there should be
relationship
boundaries.
stuff.
There are some things that we don't necessarily have to speak about. Is also what I think, to be honest. You know, like Kamal said, when Kamal brought up strip club, that's different from just a normal bar with your friends. Like that one's a bit dicey. So that one, I'm a human being. I'm not a fool. I would
do you and be happy, my dear.
Exactly. Yeah, just do you and
thanks.
be happy.
Yeah, honestly.
Matter closed.
All right, cool. Next agenda. Dating up, dating down, and men scared to date women that are richer than them. Wumi, you're the guest, so as usual, you start. What do you think?
Oh god.
Earning the big bucks
Men scared
from,
to
from med school.
I don't know. I think we should be asking men that. Are you guys scared of women?
No, you know I asked you first though, because also on your line of work, I mean,
Laws, how much do you think doctors are paid? Don't kill me with laughter right now.
doctors in the UK, you lot don't make money.
Probably
She
not crazy.
laughed. She
I
laughed.
don't think it's that crazy, actually. I think she's right here.
Really?
Yeah.
You Wumi, need to come to the US actually.
My dear.
Yeah, because you guys pay for medical bills. You know, UK, everything is free. Like, it's free healthcare.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's insurance here, but even with insurance,
Free in
it's
quotes.
expensive.
I mean, free. We're the ones that pay for it now, international students and whatnot. We're the ones that pay for it. But for the general public, it's free. So there's only like so much they can pay their doctors, you know.
Alright. So come on, what do you think then? What do you think?
Yeah, scared. I don't know about scared. I say hesitant. I think they're hesitant to do it. And I feel like a lot of that comes from the roles that men assume. And
Would you be hesitant?
Oh, me? You're talking about me?
Yeah.
Nah. I really wouldn't care, to be honest. Like, personally, I feel like I have the potential to be on a trajectory that can match her. So I don't really feel like it should be a big deal if both of us are earning money. And
No, but what if
like,
you're not though? No, what you just said is not going to be a problem
what
because
if I'm
eventually
not?
I'll match hers. But what if you're never just going to
So
make
I'll
as much
need
bread as she is?
as much.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I don't think,
yeah.
I don't think it matters if I'm making as much as long as I'm making enough. Like,
For
honestly,
yourself?
But the family now.
No, but she's making. So say she's making. I don't know what's like an average salary in the UK. Say she's making 900K per year. Huh?
Nigga said 900K per year. Wait,
What?
give me 900K pounds.
What are we talking about?
No, 900. Come on, if your baby's on 900K per year, which is a lot of money, right?
Is it pounds?
In pounds, yeah, in pounds.
Yeah, uh-huh.
You're on, I don't know what's an average salary, like 80K per year or something like that.
Average for
I don't know what you niggas make in the UK, guy.
Average is like 20 something.
Per year? Jesus.
Oh, per year. Yeah, no, per
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Really?
It's like people live on that.
No, I'm asking what?
Per year. And that's
Yeah.
What's
without
happening in
tax.
the UK?
That's without tax. They're not taking out the
before
tax from that yet.
It's like you peasants. Oh, sorry.
No, I did not say that.
Ourselves, my dear.
But really though, y'all struggling in the UK for real. Okay.
Yeah, no?
Okay, so let's call it 20 something. Jesus. Okay, so she's obviously making excessive amounts of bread, and you would, you
Okay,
know,
wait. Just before, if we need to make this more realistic, I think. Let's say 50.
that you're making 50.
Yeah, let's say 50.
Okay, cool. You're making 50. I mean, that's sure. And she's still making 900. So now what? I mean, you'll never really be able to match her income. Now what? I mean, because the impression you gave was eventually you'd match. But what if you don't? How does that affect you in a relationship?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't need to match her income. I feel like I just need to make enough to where I can take care of the family and not feel like.
But she's going to be taking care of the family because you don't make shit.
Nah, I make enough to take care of the family though. That's
50?
yeah. Bro, I think you need to know like how finances work in the UK.
Okay, even if that's enough to take care of the family, but she can obviously take care of the family better than you'd be able to. Like if you're buying the family a car and it's a Toyota, she can buy, I don't know, 15. So
I think you need I think first off, I think you need to understand that because I'm a Muslim, we have expectations and we have duties. My duty as a Muslim guy, in a marriage scenario, is to take care of the family. Like that's my primary duty. So my wife, whatever money she makes is her money. Like it does not affect me in any way. It does not contribute.
I see.
It does not contribute to the bills. It does not contribute to the family. Like whatever the wife in a Muslim marriage makes is her money. So at the end of the day, all I need is to make enough money to take care of the family. If she's comfortable marrying me, knowing how much I'm making, then her money is
Knowing that
honestly,
you're
she could be
broke,
making 900, she could be making 20. Like it really makes no difference to me. That's what that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay, I feel that. Rose, what about you in that same scenario?
Man, to be honest, I actually don't mind. Like if my wife is making more than
When she's
not a
making 900 and
competition.
you're making, pennies.
Guys, it's not a competition. Like the most important thing is that like we love each other and we can take very good care of each other and the family. So
No, she can take care of the family. You're struggling, but yeah.
No, this guy,
I feel like Skills will have a problem with this. That's why I'm trying to project.
No, I actually wouldn't.
Yeah.
Actually
He
wouldn't.
will. He definitely
No,
will.
I wouldn't.
His little ego will be shattered.
No, I wouldn't. Me, no. But if you know me, now I'm also lazy. You know what I mean? So if she has all
So
that,
you allow her like just do everything and
to
you be
spoil me, of course.
and you what would you do?
I think Etinosa is the most honest of all of you, and I think
Thank you.
I think he would be the only one who'd be like, "Yeah, I'm doing it, but I'm going to name this for what it is. I'm a fucking baby boy. Like,
I'm a baby boy in this life. Yo, spoil me, fam. Like, I'm not going to have an issue with it. So even on the aspect of okay, even if I'm making enough to take care of the family, and we want to buy a car now, I'm like, no, you have money, you buy the car. Like, buy the car for me and for us. If she's making 900 per year, nah, I'm a baby boy, yo. Nah, spoil me, please. Spoil the children.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like our family dynamics is a lot different from yours, just from an Islamic perspective. So I can never approach that shit the same way you would do. Like if I want to buy a car or want to buy if she wants to buy a car for herself, then yeah, whatever, go and buy your car.
Well, she cannot buy the car for you.
No, she can buy a car for me if she wants. Like, it's like a gift, isn't it? Like, she can buy a car for me if she wants. But if I want to buy like a family car or some shit, then
she cannot buy the family car.
I mean,
why can't she buy the family car?
Because
when you buy the car now, you're struggling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if a car is much of an issue as like a house.
Okay,
like if we're talking about a house.
Yeah, a house.
Yeah, like there's no way I'll allow my wife just pay for a whole house.
Why?
Like,
she has the money though.
Nah, because Islam dictates otherwise, bro.
So and you don't want that to okay. In addition to that, okay.
Yeah, like I won't be comfortable in that scenario because of what the religion dictates. That's basically it.
Okay, Rose, what about you? Are you letting her buy the house?
Well, it's always something we can discuss about, but if she wants to, like, I'm not stopping her, man. Like, it's her money.
Facts, like that's what I'm saying. If I can put $0 in, she buys
if
the house.
I was like, if I wasn't Muslim, because I lived with a British family for 1 year. If I wasn't Muslim and I saw how they operated, they literally shared everything. I honestly wouldn't have an issue with her buying a house or whatever. Like, if she wants to spoil me. The same way you're talking about. To me, it would not be a problem. It's only a problem for me, like I said, because of what Islam dictates. Like, that's the only reason I wouldn't allow her to like pay all the bills and whatnot. Because then what the fuck am I doing?
I'm chilling. That's what I'm doing. I'm chilling.
Yeah, nah, I
That's what I'm
couldn't do that, bro. Like if it's a thing where she wants to pay for everything and whatnot, then nah, I wouldn't be in that kind of relationship. But yeah, you guys can have fun though.
See, to be honest, the only reason I won't be a house husband is because I'll be bored, like out of my fucking mind. If not, like I can do that. Like let her make all the bread. Like that's cool. If she's cool with it, I ain't complaining. That's all I'm saying. So lastly, before we wrap up the thing, Wumi, on that
Wait,
aspect,
first, we've actually not even hit the main issue. The question is like, why do men feel scared? I feel like it's more of uh, a thing of condescension when it gets to like the relationship dynamics, because we see it on Twitter now. Like a lot of women,
Every day.
yeah, pretty much nobody wants to date down. But when we look at things from like a man's perspective, like virtually all the time, like most men date down. So like when you now switch like the dynamics and everything, women feel like, oh, well, let me not say women in general, let me say a lot of women feel like, oh man, as if you're not earning as much as I am, like we're not on the same level, we don't have the same standards, so you can't move to me. I know. And I remember this example. I don't know how true it is, but Steve Harvey used it in his book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. So he said that one guy, like, his wife was like the main breadwinner in the house. I think he had just lost his job, so like his wife was the one doing most of the providing. And like one day they just went to the store and like he picked up a bottle of pineapple juice. Like all those things now. When you go shopping now, you go out with mommy now, you just find one bar
and you
of
want to add
sneakers, just
something.
put it, yeah. So he just put it there now. And then like she just gave him this look. And like, what's that? And he was like, oh, it's just a bottle of pineapple juice. And she just picked it up and she dropped it, and then the bottle broke on the ground and all of that.
Wow.
And like the man, like seeing that, because he wasn't in a state to provide, like it really shattered like his ego and all of that.
I see.
So like when you see examples like that, and definitely there might be more going on and all of that. So when you see things like that, that's one of the reasons why man them might not want to move to babes that they know are like financially buff. Because like there's every tendency that just for even approaching, that disrespect might just be
That is a
there.
good point, too. That's facts. That's
Like
facts.
it might just be there lurking. So like man them would just rather not. You get. But there are some guys that like take the bold step and you collect the L, you move on.
Facts.
It is what it is.
That is a good point, though, because then if it's time to affect the relationship dynamics in the sense of, okay, now there's just obvious disrespect, like now she's just disrespecting man, like that might then be a bit different. But in a case of where there's like pure love, yeah, there ain't no problem. Also, the example I gave was where she's excessively rich. If she just happens to make slightly more money, I don't really think much would change in general.
I feel like we also have to talk about with society. If it's a Nigerian society, really, I mean, so like a Nigerian woman that's earning like 10 times what her husband is making.
10 times. Yeah.
Bro, it's so rare to begin with that I don't even know. For sure, Nigerian men, I don't think. In fact, let's even forget about Nigerian men. I don't even know if Nigerian women would date a guy that, let's say,
Or
let's say
so
she's
getting a babe
earning,
like that is the hardest part of it because she probably
yeah,
wouldn't
let's say
want to
she's
date
earning
her.
like
Yeah.
50M a year, right? And then the guy is earning, let's say, 3M a year. I struggle to believe that. I mean, obviously, you never know because there's probably a couple examples out there. But I've just not come across that kind of scenario where a woman given dates a guy that she's outperforming like that. I feel like someone earning that much money would definitely want a guy that's earning at least like maybe 30M, like something comparative, even if it's a bit she's earning a bit more. Like it wouldn't be that kind of gap. Maybe in the UK or US society is more possible, but in the Nigerian society, I really don't know how often that happens.
I think it's probably rare, but I think it's rare just because, like everybody will be unhappy with it. Like before you take the relationship to your parents, they'll be like, no, how, shit like that. Yeah.
So many hurdles to get past that. You just probably never make it there.
Yeah.
But you could probably date one though. I think you could date one. I don't know if you could marry one.
Marry one, yeah, that's a whole different thing. But maybe though, maybe. I don't know. See, how I was going to ask for me was because of her line of work, she's it seems like most of the time she's making more money, but as you guys have just said, people in UK are not earning any money anyways. So I don't even think the question will be valid.
I actually don't know. Let me even see what an average doctor makes in the UK. I actually don't know what it is.
I mean, like, how much does an average doctor make in the UK?
Depends on what level of training you are.
Let's say like a mid-ish level.
Mid-ish. Maybe
Oof.
like $50,000.
50?
40.
Damn.
Yeah, so this says NHS website. So it says if you're a specialist doctor, you earn about 50 to 70, 78.
Jeez, man, what's going on in the UK?
In foundation training, you earn a basic salary of basically 30 to 35.
No. Yo, Wumi, when you move to the US, let me know because that has to be the move
Yeah.
by these numbers I'm hearing.
Honest, my dear, I'm so ready.
That's
But
why I
either
said
ways,
like
sorry, go on.
when you were giving me the hypothetical example, I had to increase it like because I
Yeah,
did
sorry,
law.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
As a lawyer in the UK, I'm not earning fucking 20K, bro. Like I'm just not. So you have to make it a
Give me
bit
that
more realistic.
900K.
Yeah, this guy said 900K, you know.
And guys, you know that 900K, you're going to be taxed about 45%. So at the end of the day, you're walking home with like less than 450.
No, because I swear, like surgeons in the US, like the highest level, like I swear I've heard of some of them even any 1M per year. I swear. So that's why I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
okay,
possible. I think that's possible.
that's wild, man.
But even that
Anyways,
900K we're talking about.
healthcare in the US is bloody expensive now. So it's not
This
even a
Yeah,
is
it's
true.
true.
surprise.
This is true. Even with insurance, people are still paying like 10K out of pocket, like for just small visits. So that's true. That's true.
And
I
at the
think.
end of the day,
Sorry, can
um,
I have a
Yeah,
yeah,
question?
go
sure,
on.
go ahead.
I want to understand what exactly it is that makes like that makes I sort of like this need to be the provider figure because you are male. So because
Mhm.
you're in a relationship, like is why is that such why does it influence so much like how you view what your role in a relationship should be?
I guess it's pretty much societal norms and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
in addition to religion as well.
So
But
for you, what is the ideal partner, male partner in a relationship? How would you describe him?
the ideal male partner in relationship.
We come in with them tough questions.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Rose is stumbling. Rose,
Well,
fuck now.
to be
It's
fair,
a tough question.
like I kind of conform to the societal norms. So like the ideal male partner should be able to provide for his family,
Mhm.
to an extent, but without um how do I put this now? Like it doesn't have to be an absolute in every situation because definitely there will always be women that are richer than men.
Mhm.
And in certain situations, we have women who are richer marrying men that are not as rich. So
Mhm.
I'm not going to break my back when I know like this relationship we are one and all, and like my wife is easily able to provide. I'll now tell my wife, nah, don't worry, let me use my small salary and you know.
Well, get at is why is it that you feel like as a man you must provide? Why is it that that's the image society has created?
There's
I
It's
think
been from time. To be honest,
that's
yeah.
what I say.
it will
Is
be
the question
difficult to
more
ask
on
us that question.
exactly because it's a
Yeah, if you
societal
go back in
thing.
time,
So
yeah,
people
like
are really not even so sure about this thing. Why do we then let it influence our lives so
You see,
much?
and
What do
that's
we
the thing. because now when people then start to challenge societal norms, it's then like, oh no, that's odd, that's different. But it's like that's what
Yes,
people
it'd be
exactly.
different. The point. Like, why are you going along with something some people from how many years ago said just
Thank you.
because
That's what I'm saying. So when I come on this pod
what
and I
it is?
say why should everybody get
No,
married, don't come at
just
me.
honestly, fuck all
Nigga,
that.
nobody was coming at
With
you,
this
man. Do
Exactly.
you?
Nobody came at you.
I think-
We should have to
Still
conform
coming to
to what
no, like
society says.
honestly, I actually like will die on this hill. Like you need to live your life for yourself. It's very important.
Facts.
It's vitally
Facts.
And that's the thing, like when you ask the question about the ideal male partner, I was gonna say that doesn't exist. Like there's nothing like ideal male partner because everyone has different things that they want for themselves. I think the only thing
Yeah.
that's important is whatever it is that you need or whatever your weaknesses are, you find somebody that can balance that. So I have friends who are women and they don't like cooking, and if you come to Nigeria now, they tell you, how can you not cook as a woman in the house? Well, like fam, if that's not what you want to do, then you find a man that either can afford a chef or that likes cooking, and you balance it out. So the ideal male partner, honestly, is just whoever like works with you. If we're talking about a societal standard of what a
Yeah,
male
then
partner
there
should be
is,
like,
yeah.
that's what Rose kind of described. But the ideal male partner, I don't think exists.
Any more questions? Thoughts?
no.
Kamal, final thoughts?
Final thoughts on dating up and dating down.
Or those are your file. You're good?
Yeah, I think I'm good with that, man. Yeah.
Guy, you didn't even allow me finish. Yeah, allow me
Finish.
Heroes go.
yeah. So, okay, well, basically, like at the end of the day, just do you because, like, each person determines their own happiness,
Yeah.
whether you date up or date down. So, like, there's no guarantee that dating up means that you're going to have like a very successful relationship and all. And one thing, like, you know how a lot of people say, I must get this before I get married. I must have like 5 billion in my account. I must have like 3 mansions, two G
Yeah.
wagons,
Skills.
and all of that.
Skills. He's talking to you.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said if
Yeah,
I,
but
you
you
know, what I
implied it
said
though.
was
You
I should
implied
have
it
it.
though.
If I'm bringing a child, I should be financially ready. That's what I said. I didn't say I have to have all that before I
Yeah.
get married.
It's just I support
So
you. But
Thanks.
so like at the end of the day, like there's no there's really no time where you are fully ready for all of those situations. There's no fixed time. There's no time that they say, yes, this is the perfect time and all of that. I guess you have to bring yourself to the realization that, okay, yes, I can make this work. And that's why, like, in relationships and all of that. So, dating up, dating down, those things, yeah, to an extent, they matter. Don't get me wrong. Like, everybody wants a partner that, like, to an extent, is financially boxed up. But at the end of the day, it's not finances that's going to sustain the relationship, it's the two of you. Because financial situations change. You might have money today, tomorrow, Bitcoin might drop to below $1, and you're broke. So at the end of the day, man, it's still up to you guys to make it work.
Yo, actually, I have a question. How in when we want to date and stuff. Actually, for me, this would be a good question for you.
what's up?
Whenever it is that you become active again in your dating life, yeah, do you have do you have expectations for what a guy should be like? So let's say first dates, for example. Do you adhere to the whole he has to pay and all that nonsense that I don't know what nonsense, but that all that social media rhetoric though. Do you adhere to all that?
I don't. I'm very, very firmly on this vibe of honestly, everybody's an individual and we're also different. Um, the best way to get to know me is to literally just be yourself. Um, and I just do what makes me happy. So I don't honestly a lot of these things I don't even like I don't know, I don't even think about. It's just about getting to know the person.
So you get all
But
post
to
with
be honest, you
yeah.
have certain specifications that you might want in a partner.
Yes, but I feel like those things are just even they're just a part of it. There's so much else and like the connection is far more important.
Okay, so are you saying
So
that, yeah, if there's a pretty decent connection, you're willing to bend your expectations.
Why should I have to bend my expectation? Yes, I'm saying you find someone who will meet your expectations.
Mhm.
But that should also, I feel like your expectation should be the bare minimum.
Mhm.
Um, you should find someone who like, yes, all those things and then more. So that's not even like what you should be thinking about. Like, of course, they meet your expectations.
So in a scenario where, let's say, you do find a guy that you have a decent connection with, let's say, like what skills asked me, you're making like triple what he's making. Would you be still okay with moving forward with that kind of relationship?
Yeah, it should be
I
fine.
feel like that's so like arbitrary though. Like making triple what he's making.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, on basis of what? There's so many situations in which that could happen. I feel
mm-hmm,
like the only thing I see, and like money is not the best marker for whatever
mm-hmm,
it's trying to mark. I think also even the way I think of relationships, I don't see it as an individual. We should be working as a team.
mm-hmm,
Um, and I don't know. I think if the only time it would bother me is
mm-hmm,
you making less a symptom of something else.
mm-hmm,
So it's a symptom of you are the kind of person who doesn't follow through,
mm-hmm.
kind of things, then yeah, that might be an issue for me. But it wouldn't just be an earning issue. It would be is this the kind of person I want to be with issue. Um
So if he's just like in a job that's a low paying job, for example, so it's not really
thing is
something he's doing wrong, so that's okay.
money honestly isn't everything. It really,
Mhm.
really isn't. Like he could be someone I don't know. Like at a certain point in my life, I hope I get to the point where
Mm-hmm,
not necessarily about earning, or I'm getting to the point where the earning is happening already by itself, so I can focus on other things, and those
mm-hmm,
things
Mm.
are just as important as well. um or even in and like honestly like every relationship is different and everyone finds their own way in which they navigate life, because there's even families where like the woman is the one who is the like worker or earner, and the dad stays at home and looks after the kid and the home, and they make it work and they're happy. So it's honestly like it's up to each individual person.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I like that.
Well, the
Feels.
thing is, yeah, yeah. So the thing is, like, I don't know with most people, because what Wumi is saying is basically what I always say, but I guess just in a more calm and calculated way. It's like live your life. You know what I mean? But I think another issue is a lot of people don't challenge themselves to be skeptic or think outside of societal norms. Because I've still
Yeah,
talked to people that are maybe 50, 60 years old, and they're like, no, no, your wife should be the one that cooks at home because that's just how it is. But that's
well,
just how it is doesn't mean anything,
for sure.
So
But I
yeah.
think it's if you think about humans and the way we've evolved, and just looking at us and recognizing that we are animals, and we do have these instincts. So it's not we didn't evolve to sort of be different. It's safer to blend in. So a lot of people
True, I
are scared,
guess.
and especially because I feel like when you make that decision to sort of live life on your own terms, it's not just a thing that's in relationships. If you're really doing it properly, it shows up in every other aspect of your life as well. um and I think that's really scary for some people, which is why they give those reasons. But I feel like it propagates so
Mm,
much bullshit though, because there's so much
true.
bullshit that's being recycled in the world and people are carrying on. It's like why? Like why? Why even like
That's what I'm
I
saying, because I think it's the fear, like you just said. I think the fear also goes along with that. Because it's like I
yeah,
don't want to then start doing something different. Because it's almost like, new frontiers, new territory. How do I navigate that? I don't know. Let's just do what everybody else has been doing because it's
yeah,
Mm,
safe. Yeah.
mm.
safe.
It's safe.
Um yeah. And fear of isolation. Because as humans we mock anything that's different. That's our nature, to point out the different. Um
True, true.
rather than the similarities.
Actually, is it just because it's safe though? Do you feel like society is set up in a way where men have higher earning potential than women?
Um, I think a lot of that is changing. I
Mm.
think more and more there's space being made for people being rewarded just on the quality of what they're bringing to the table and not
Yep.
having their gender, their race, their religion feature into that evaluation. So I think that's changing. But traditionally, yeah.
Yeah,
Men
I think for sure. Like even law in the UK, everything's standardizing now. Like whatever role you come in at, there's a salary. It's already pre-published, so it's not even like you're negotiating these things anymore. So whether you're a man or you're a woman, you just do the same thing.
Mm.
But that
Yeah.
changes a lot though, drastically. Like the further you go up. So if you look at the partner ratio, for example, in law firms in the UK, the male to female ratio is very skewed in that respect, and it's kind of the same in amongst all FTSE, the big FTSE companies. I think if you look at the CEOs of the top FTSE companies, maybe only like four. I think last time I saw like maybe four that are women. So there's still a big problem like at the top. And at the end of the day, the top, let's say 5% of earners is what accounts for the majority of the wage gap between men and women. So until we get to a stage where women are being rewarded more on the higher levels, I think we'll still have this same issue popping up every now and again. So this whole thing about men being earners and everything, I don't see it going away anytime soon, to be honest. But like you guys said, everyone should just do what's comfortable for them, and like we shouldn't have to acquiesce to what society wants us to do.
Facts. Facts. Actually, facts. Any more thoughts? Everybody good? All off the chest.
Skills at 43.
All right, cool. Anyways, yeah, sick. Yo, this has been your boys, the Parrot Side pod. Obviously, thanks for hanging out with us. Wumi, thanks for coming.
Yay! Thank you very much. We hope to have you back.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Feel free to come back anytime.
Thank you.
And do us one favor, actually. Tell the listeners, don't send us any feedback, please.
Listeners, don't send us any feedback, please.
You heard us say it. Is Wumi said it. Don't send us nothing. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Hey, peace out.
Rose, greet them now.
Every episode.
Every
Yeah,
episode.
sorry. Yeah, you guys, please.